All right, welcome back. Another episode of Cozy Dog. I'm MDawg, and we are back from our second trip to copper. Pockets are fully loaded with silver, and we're going to go try out... Wait. There we go. We're going to go try out Bream fishing at our spot 4929. Let's just make sure. I think we've got... much. We don't want carp mix. How much bream mix do we have? You know, it wouldn't hurt. Let's don't. We're trying to save our pennies. I think at the end of this episode, we may go just purchase our quarry stuff so that next episode, perhaps, we can start experimenting with some trolling at quarry. Look, it's going to be slow. That's okay. We might catch a lot of non-marker fish or whatever, but at least we can learn how to troll together. And all of the fish we catch that are 500 grams or larger, that are not markers, we can turn into fish pieces and hopefully continue to level up our bait harvesting one fish a piece at a time. And level up our spin fishing so that we are ready for our second trip to Norway at some point fairly soon. Remember, for that, we need to be able to create saithe and mackerel and bait, and we need to unlock jigging so that we have some options while we're in Norway. So that's sort of the short and mid-term plans that we still have left in this leveling experience before we think about when is the ending point of this leveling experience. But for now, we're going to try Bream again. Hopefully you've seen this spot already and you've already been doing really well here. I think we're going to go with a 12 clip. Now, we're doing a couple of things. There's line 1. Now, line 2, we need to turn back into a paternoster rig. We need to put the cage back on there. And this is the one that we're using the bream mix on. We want to go with a large one hook, and we still want to use pea porridge. So we'll be putting this one in also at 12 meter clip with the ground bait on there. And on this rod, 12 meter clip, we want to change. So obviously I had these two separated. All right, so this one actually should be a basic bottom. I like to keep one basic bottom. Oh, that one's the basic bottom. So, okay, so basic bottom is now on the far left. These were all in a different row or different order before. So slingshot at 45%, we're actually getting pretty close to that. All right. So now we cast this in, and the reason why I haven't put the ground bait in yet is I actually want to put the ground bait in by hand first. I don't remember for sure, but I think it's about what we were doing. Somewhere between 65 and 70. And we're just fishing here for a night, so we're not as concerned about overfeeding. I mean, we don't want to get ridiculous here, but we're not as concerned about overfeeding, so we went ahead and put 10 in. All right, now bad news about this spot, and I think we're going to see it first fish, is we're now catching a lot of common carp here on pea porridge. So not only is the bream not quite as active as it was here, I'm going to really go aggressive against this common carp, because I know what it is, and it's okay to me if it pops off. Now, some of you might be saying, what if it's a blue trophy bream? Well, it's not even bream time yet. The chances of that are so low that I'm willing to take the chance and really put some pressure on this fish, so hopefully it doesn't take all night to get it in. But we'll see. He's kind of just hanging out there. Now, I would like to, I'll lower it now. I would like to stay in front of it. I don't want it making the turn over here. If possible, we do want to keep it in front of us. Again, this is very aggressive, but I just super don't mind if the fish pops off. I'm being so aggressive with this fish. We're now convinced more than ever that this is a carp, because if it was a bream, it would, you know, be tired basically by now. I have pushed it to the right pretty good, but now we need to push it back left. We don't want it actually to go all the way down. We don't want it to go too far, but we'd rather it go a little bit this direction too far than the other. So to chase a fish, you just get in front of it, and that typically will turn it around pretty quick. Ooh, it just popped off. And you know, when it popped off, I actually wasn't doing anything. Isn't it so funny though? Like, you know, that was probably a 3.5 kilo common carp, something like that, maybe 4. Just think about just last episode. We were literally just pulling those out with no effort because of the copper trip. How things change when we're back to the starter gear. All right, there's a bream. Okay, so we have now fed the water. I am going to go ahead and put our ground bait in there as well. And I will show you what's on the ground bait. So this ground bait is the same stuff that we threw in by hand. We also have here. And it is just regular bream ground bait. That's what we're fishing with. And if you've seen this spot before, the trick to this spot is dodge the carp, because they're now more active than they used to be. And the other trick is efficiency. Trying to get used to pulling up the rod as soon as there's a fish on without losing a bunch of fish. Really want this one to be a bream. Yep. And it's still early. Oh, that gave us points in bottom. It's still early, so there's just such a high chance of common carp still. Ooh, an eyed. We brought the eyes with us, apparently. Don't be another common. Golly, you're kidding me. Ugh. And it's the one on that has the ground bait on there. Ooh, I almost popped it. Oh, come on. Just go back right a little bit. So frustrating. Maybe frustrating enough that this should be our last bream time for now in this spot. Okay, let's get it to keep going. Hopefully it'll pop off. I doubt it will, but it never pops off when you want it to. All right, it did just go slack, so maybe it will. Get these out of the water and hope that these are bream. Yeah, there we go. Kilo bream. Still hanging out. Yeah, they just pop off. Again, once I calmed down and I was just holding him still, that's when they seem to pop off. Which I honestly, I'm so grateful. It's perfect. I mean, a 3 kilo common carp just isn't worth it. The only downside is by the time they pop off, they've already done a good bit of damage. But this gear is so cheap to repair. The fact that we're sitting here making this much silver on bream, repair costs just don't even really come into it. Common carp. See that? I mean, if that was just a kilo bigger than that, or a kilo and a half bigger than that, it'd have been one of those annoying ones. So we want to pick it up as soon as the fish is on. I think it's on. Alright, it's now 10:31 at night. Technically, we're fully into bream time, I would say. But we haven't been in it long. $42.8. I'll sacrifice a little bit of silver, or at least a chance of leveling up. Golly. Oh, this is a bream, and it's a nice one. It's too late to be a common carp. It's not impossible, but the bream really take over once you're in bream time, so it's unlikely that it's a common carp. Feel pretty good about the chances of it being a bream. 43% on bottom, that is awesome. Nice bream. Oh, another point in bottom fishing. This is so good. Maybe I should amend what I said before. This spot still might be worth fishing at, but maybe don't start as early as we did. Or if you do start, fish with something else until it's actually fully bream night. Can't tell. I think it's on. Yeah. Just doing that weird thing where it's not swimming in a specific direction yet. Perfect. Ooh, 54%. That's too small. Does something happen at 55? Oh yeah, honey dough. We could make a little honey dough. Trying to get to 60. Ooh, we're being so aggressive. There we go. Look at this bite rate right now, though. Pretty good. Oh no, there might be a nibble happening on line 1, I'm not sure. I think I messed it up though. $43.2. 43.3. That might be too, I don't know. These unsuccessfuls, like, it just doesn't make sense. You got a whole fish there, just cut off a little piece. Oh, we turned it. It was hard, but we got it to turn. This is a decent bream. Maybe 3.5? I don't even know. It's decent. Yeah, 3.1, 43.4 bottom fishing. Huh. Another nice one. They are popping off right now. Look at this. We cannot keep up. Also, don't leave your friction brake at 25. Crazy things happen. So we're at 26 fish, and we've been turning stuff into this 1.09 common carp. Like, there is no reason. Like, that's worth nothing, almost, barely nothing. We will turn that into a piece of fish for sure. So now we know we have 25 bream, and they're all over a kilo in our net right now. What happened to the one bream that was so small we couldn't turn it into a piece of fish? What happened to that guy? Am I overlooking him? And once again, I can't keep up. I mean, this spot is so good. I forgot to put ground bait back in it, by the way. Oh, there's a little eye. I'm just going to get rid of them just for fun. Don't do this because every fish is worth something. You know, like if you're not going to turn it into bait, you might as well keep it and sell it. But I want to have exactly just 1 kilo bream in our net this time. Now it's morning. Carp wake up. So we've still got like 2 hours of really good bream fishing, but the carp also wake up now. So a little sketch. But we have 26 bream over a kilo in our net right this second. Make it 27. Incredible. Oh, bottom points. Don't keep your friction brake at 25. All right, that is 29 fish over a kilo. Ooh, we're about to hit 30. Y'all, this spot is amazing still. Some of you have probably made an actual fortune off this spot in the last in real life week. I mean, that's how long we've been. Well, it's been about 4 or 5 days now that we've known about this spot just going off like this. We did a total weight bream comp on stream today. Literally a level 25 player who's just been living here fishing for bream caught a trophy during the comp and won the total weight comp. Ooh. Yo, Siron, nice trophy safe. That's awesome. I think that fish just popped off on itself, by itself. Always sad. At first, I thought this bream was a common carp, the way it was like running when I first picked up the line, but it calmed down. It's just another 3 kilo bream. We'll take it. We're about to go well over 3K silver, by the way. Give it a second and make sure. I think I messed up the bite, but too bad. Yeah, we'll stop probably before 8 a.m. just because, I mean, we could keep going and make a little more, but just the chances of common carp just goes up and up and up. I think we have a fish on here. Nice F1, Harry. $7:30. I think we go till 8. We'll roll the dice, go to 8, hope for the best. $43.7. All right. It's almost 8. I think we're going to count ourselves fortunate that we didn't have another daytime common carp here. All right, let's head back to base. No bream order. There was a bream order earlier when we did that comp, so everybody got like 50 silver for 3 1 kilo bream. It was disgusting. By the way, this 3 kilo common carp, if we had just gotten one of those 2 carp in, it would have probably counted for 20 silver there, so maybe worth it, you know. 281 silver. What a night of bream fishing. Puts us at 3,200 silver. All right, so let me just look really quick. Obviously, you would not buy anything here. It's way too expensive here. Somebody was talking about this. I think they were talking about this was being their Belaya reel. So they have the Dragon 40, and then they upgraded it. You get a little more power out of it, and then let's see, they were using what I wrote it down, the linear S78. Trying to think of what they must have put the wrong thing. I don't know, because somebody else was talking about Dragon 30. Actually, I'm not sure. I might have gotten that confused in my head. It just depends on which rod and what real requirements it has. Because remember, Belaya, you want to be able to cast those lighter lures. But anyway, so what I was thinking of, though, is the Pulsar 6000 and the Saber 60, which are just slightly cheaper than this prices because this is Oldberg, but required level player 16, so we do hit that. Out of curiosity, is the HSV like 22? Why don't I see the caliber HSV? Oh, is it out of stock? No, level 20. So we actually could use this now. Sort of sad. So these are like 10 kilo. If you do that, you get the cheap express fishing. Heavy, and then run like 12 kilo line and leader, kind of 12 kilo, 10 kilo leader, whatever, something like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode now. And then we have the option. If next time I do an episode, if I feel up to trolling or trying to do some trolling quarry, I think we have enough silver, 24 plus 800. Boy, it would be close. We're awfully close to being able to set up our spinning rods. We might be missing like the cost of line and stuff, so it'd be close though. But if we decide to next time, we can always consider that, or we can, you know, do something else. But anyway, I'll think about it and we'll see what we're going to do next time. As always, thanks for watching Tight Lines.